corner standing from Akron, Ohio, the undisputed, undefeated.
Baddie said bad bitch, point her out. Where she at? Baddie, point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes. Said bad bitch, point her out. Where she at? Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes. Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. Point her out. Where she at? Point her out. There she goes.
All right, what is going on, Entertainment? So I'm coming to y'all with another video. Okay, y'all probably gonna get this early morning. We doing Baddies USA. Y'all, I'm starting to get tired of these episodes. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like these bus episodes and all that, it's become a little bit too much. I get overstimulated. Like I hate these episodes because it's hard for me to recap because there's so much going on at once. And it's just it feels like Bad Girls Club Sisters, like the Twisted Sisters. Y'all know I didn't like the bus fights on that season. So it just feels like I'm watching longer scenes of those and it bothers me. It's irritating. Okay. So the episode starts off with this song. They play this song. It's like, is you cool, sis? Is you cool, sis? Like, whoever made that song, you ate. Okay, I like that song. I remember that. Now, they show the girls like packing up and stuff. They're heading to Vegas. We all know Rolly is going home. Okay, that is where Rolly lives. So she is not heading to the Baddies' house or wherever they're going to, the Baddie hotels. She is headed to her home. That's it. So this is like a free vacation. She's getting paid literally to go home. She's remote learning at this point as a baddie. So we get to the bus. Y'all know I hate these bus scenes. The girls start getting on the bus and they start anticipating pressure. So Ivory's walking around. She's like, oh my God, where's this big pressure? Where's this big pressure? This pressure, she keeps starting with me. Where's pressure? Where's pressure? Mind you, the past few episodes, she hasn't been worried about pressure. So, in my opinion, somebody told her, hey, you gonna have to bring it a little bit because you've been a little bit quiet. And I think she was watching the blogs and saw that everybody was like kind of bigging up. And she needed to be on there saying, you know, type of timing when it comes to getting active. That's just my theory. Because why all of a sudden now is I want to get pressure. I know they still have beef, but it's like, why not earlier? That's the part that's making me like look at Ivory a little bit sideways, but hey, whatever. So Baddies makes me look at the show sideways. Ciroc said, Ciroc is funny. I feel like a lot of people don't give Ciroc enough credit for her comedy. She gonna talk about, man, if pressure sneak me again, I'ma holler so hard. She said, I'm telling y'all gotta watch out for that pressure. I'ma holler so hard if she touches me. So Ivory, she just keep going off about pressure. She like, man, she's so annoying. She's so annoying. All she do is troll. You really gonna have to knock her out because she the type of person, if you stalk her, she just gonna keep going. And that is true. Like, pressure the type of person, she really could get whooped and she gonna get out like, what's up, babe? You didn't smoke me, babe. I'm still alive, babe. So it's like, you really cannot get her that mad, which I really do admire her, okay? The girls are injured so bad that their limbs are starting to become loose. Ciroc said her nose was wobbly. Wobble up, wobble up. Like, it's that bad. She said that was like going off like a witch. It was going back and forth. She really shouldn't even be on the bus if we're gonna be honest, because if your nose is wiggly, you might want to save it before you end up like Michael Jackson. Straight up. Getting rhinoplasty every 2 seconds. Like, Baddies ain't worth it that bad. So pressure ends up getting on the bus and she immediately starts DTV. She boom, and then Ivory comes behind her with the assist. Here's the thing with pressure. I feel like she's making a mistake with the constant sneaks because we're not getting any dialogue before that. Like, one thing about Summer, she would sneak and she would fight a lot, but we would get a lot of dialogue out of her. We would get a lot of trolling out of her. Pressure do the trolling post sneak, and it don't have the same effect because it's so chaotic. Y'all get what I'm saying? So I wish we could kind of like get to know her personality more on Zeus on a sit down type of basis with dialogue besides her quotes. Because her quotes still eat, don't get me wrong, but it's like the constant quick sneaking, I don't think is doing her any favors at all. Okay? So at this point, pressure is hot because Ivory done socked her off guard. Mind you, when Ivory swing, She swing like Tinka. The only difference is she don't have a butt like Tinka. So it don't have like, it does have a little bit more effect because you could tell she swings with a wider reach and a little bit harder than Tinka. But Tinka's butt still gives her that extra punch. Y'all know it packs that punch. And you know, Tinka's butt is way bigger than Ivory's. You feel me? But she still swings from that area of the butt. So she literally went wide and boom. Okay. Now her reasoning to me pressure for getting DTB is not the best reasoning because y'all remember that house meeting? And she snuck DTV. So it's like you already got your lick back if we're really gonna be honest. Like the lick back was already licking. So you didn't need to do that. If anything, you needed to do that to maybe Ivory. But the DTV, it was kind of like, what was the point of doing that? Like, I don't know. It just it didn't really make sense. Okay. Now Ivory explains her situation, her beef with Pressure. Now, for y'all that don't watch Not TV, the real beef and the real background story is Ivory and Pressure were little sis, big sis on this show called Such a Baddies. So after the show aired and was airing, she felt away because a lot of people was like, "Wow, like Ivory, you really let Pressure like big sis you." Like she was kind of not punking her, but like little girl in her a little bit. You're a little girl, okay? Okay, don't talk to me. You're a little girl. It gave that, right? She was a little girl in her a little bit, and she would call her little sis and all that. So I think Ivory watching it, she felt a little bit of ways because she's big Ivory, okay? And she don't want big pressure with all that big pressure, you know, telling her what to do, right? So I think watching that back, she got in her feelings. It was a lot of online back and forth, right? Boom. And then it went into Greek life. Her and Ivory ended up squabbling into Greek life because of all the online trolling and stuff. And then after Greek life, it turned into the streets. Ivory people pulled up on Pressure at a restaurant outside, shouted gag Pressure. They walked up to her like, "Hey, I'm a big fan of you, Big Pressure. You got all that big pressure." And she like, "Yeah, babes. You want an autograph, babes? You want a picture, babes?" Child, they gagged her. And then boom, socked her, right? Mind you, this was Ivory people. It was not a fan, right? So Pressure was like, "Oh my God, like you got me got." Mind you, her daughter was in the vicinity. So Pressure ends up pulling up on Ivory mama job. And she was caught in the lobby. You can't miss Pressure girl because she about 6'9". Okay. Y'all heard about me? Pressure, IRIE. How that song go? You heard it on me. Dip on me, dip on me. They want to dip on me. I play too much. Y'all know Pressure song she been promoting, child. So she was in the lobby, girl, and they couldn't miss her. So Ivory ended up finding out, and her sister Jazz ended up finding out that she put up to her mama job. And it's just been street stuff back and forth, blog stuff back and forth. So that's really the backstory they beat. That's from what I can remember, recollect. It goes back a years. Okay. So E.T. at one point said Pressure the biggest girl she ever met. Girl, bye. Didn't you do shows with Billy? I would disagree. By the way, free Billy. Okay, there was a girl named Billy from the other network in front of that TV. She was a bigger girl than Pressure. Now, Pressure was taller than her, but Pressure ran from Billy. So let's just say that. Pressure's not the biggest girl. Let's keep it back. You've met Billy before. Okay. So DTB tries to sneak her again. And Pressure even tried to get Ciroc, who at this point, Ciroc looked like she about to go to the Candy Birds dungeon tour. Legs and hips and body, because she got this little face mask on. I'm like, where the heck is Ciroc going? Okay. Is it that bad you got to wear a mask? You shouldn't even be on the bus squabbling at this point. Baddies has really lost the plot. We are in a fight camp. Straight up. This is just a fight camp on the bus. And we traveling with us. Sisterhood of the Traveling Baddies in the Fight Camp. That's what they should rename it. Okay? So they have Pressure at one point in the corner, and she's still going on. She's like, "You didn't really get me, babes. What's up, babes? How we doing, babes? What we eating, babes?" Okay, so she going off. DTB trying to get her. She like, line it up. Okay. Ivory at one point, she couldn't even stay serious because we all know they don't really hate each other like that. Ivory started laughing. She like, but she's still trying to take it serious. So then they take TT off the bus, right? Because she's trying to defend her girl, Big Pressure, okay? DTB, y'all know her. She started yelling like a frog. She's like, I like the fight. Let me go. I'm a fight. Bitch, let it out. Okay? Y'all know her. She get the screaming. So, by the way, DTB, you got to be careful. I heard that fight song that she made. She got to be careful. I remember this scene on Love Hip Hop. Y'all know Jazzy Faye, the famous producer. He made one of my favorite songs, by the way. I know he made a song. He made a lot of songs for a lot of famous people, but he made a song for this group called Girly Licious called Like Me. Everything she do is like me. Try to the beat like me. I don't want like me. I don't want like me. Try to get out the bus, take a chat like me. Everything she do is like me. Try to imitate me. Try to walk like me. Try to talk like me. Try to walk like me. Okay, I love that song because it's so true. Because people will try to imitate you. Trying to imitate me, right? So he made that song. I really like that song. So he forever, gonna have a special place with me. I remember he did a scene with Jessica Diamond Love Hip Hop, and he played her song. I saw this is bad for this Spanish home, man. And he was like, "Oh, this stripper fight music." Do not get into the category of DTB of making stripper fight music. You are too talented, and you actually do know how to rap. Don't put yourself in a genre. And also, I don't want DTB to really get caught up in his baddie life because you could tell it's on its way of ending. So I really don't want her to like be cooped up in it and get caught up in that life. You know what I'm saying? That really scares me for her because I feel like she was on her way out and then she got sucked back in. And the portal is Natalie's chin. Just, whoop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. She just gotta be real careful with that. They finally get Pressure off the bus, which, by the way, the guy that was trying to calm Pressure down, he was fine. I'm like, who's that? We never seen him before. That couldn't be security. Is that producer? It's cute. Anyway, so they get Pressure off the bus, and it's Pressure sayings for me. She like, you ain't doing nothing with me, babe. You ain't doing nothing with me, babe. What's up, babe? How we doing, babe? She's still going off. She's still going off, right? I need that, babe. Right? They let DTB and Ivory off. Pressure ends up fight DTB. Y'all know how Pressure fight. Pressure fight like she falling backwards in her sleep. She like, I done told y'all this. Her tatas, once Pressure get that reduction, y'all girls is in trouble, girl, because she really finna be coming from the shoulders. Because now Pressure is just coming from the side boobs. Tinker comes from her butt. Pressure comes from her side boobs. So, and Tinker, right? Like, that's just how it goes. So, she just is going to need that to be done, right? TT, I guess, starts getting mad because Ivory saw Pressure while she was getting DTP or whatever. And her and Ivory start going at it. Ivory like, you not on, damn, you not on. She just start going off, right? Ivory teachers just start going at it, right? She like, you not on nothing. You not on nothing. You not on nothing. They finally let DTB and Ivory get back on the bus. When Pressure start yelling, whatever, TT starts kind of like jumping in or whatever, right? Before they get on the bus, Pressure start yelling in TT face because they were at one point in the corner of the bus. Pressure talking about, they jump me, they jump me, they jump me, they jump me. Listen, if I was TT, you had to back up. All that hot breath, you blow my eyelashes away. You gonna have to need another install, TT. The way she was yelling in your face like that. I mean, my gosh. You jump me! Like, she saw you get jump Pressure, okay? She didn't need you to tell her that. Ooh, that would have made me so mad. So they finally let Pressure and TT on the bus, and they both standing there like some scary movie characters. DTB ends up throwing water on Pressure. She like, you thirsty time! You thirsty for attention! You thirsty for coming time! You thirsty for coming time, bitch! Bitch! Right? So she just hot. She's screaming at her, okay? They let DTB and Pressure end up getting into it. And both of those girls need to just give it up when it comes to that. Like, neither of them are the best fighters. So to see them fight is sort of like DTB fight like she about to get shocked if she hits them. Like she gonna like that's how DTB be squabbling. So we all know since Caribbean it hasn't been the same, right? So they let Ivory get into it with TT. Now Ivory fights with so much aggression because of Danye. That Yeezy is where she gets all that aggression from. So she takes it out on the girls that she squabbles on Baddies and out at CV. Okay, she really wants to squabble Yeezy, but because that's her girlfriend and they have a toxic love, she don't take it out on her. She takes it out on them Baddies. Okay, that's why she was with so much aggression. Y'all, she got TT that first round for sure, for sure. Then Ivory gets Pressure, and we all know how that turned out. The second round with TT, I don't care what nobody say. TT got in there with Ivory. And in my opinion, I've never heard of Ivory biting. Babu has never bit a Babu bite. That sound dangerous, okay? She start, I guess, biting TT. All you hear TT like, oh, she biting me. She biting me. I'm like, not a heavy hitter. And in my opinion, TT is officially a heavy hitter. Argue with your mama, argue with your daddy. She's a heavy hitter, okay? And I like her a lot more after this episode because she has a lot of heart, okay? Persuasion in the corner, she waxed out like a mannequin because she's not trying to get caught up in the drama or whatever. Now, Hurricane at one point was trying to do a little bit of something, but to me, she really should have got DTB the moment DTB was trying to jump in on Ivory and TT because she was already biting her doing all that stuff. And who the heck kicked Ivory in the butt like that? I saw a foot just go, oh, that must have been pressure. That was pressure. Let me stop. At one point, she had TT down. They kind of, I guess, was grabbing each other hair. They was like at a tug of war at this point. And then this is, I guess, when Ivory ended up getting to bite her. Now I know that bite must have hurt because seeing how thick Ivory's neck is, oh my God. I know it was thin. Have y'all seen Ivory neck? You get what I'm saying? I felt bad for laughing at Ivory's neck because I read one of the comments and they said Ivory's neck is very thick. She needs to get it checked for a thyroid. I was like, oh my God, that's not funny. So I started laughing after that. No shade. Because y'all all like to make fun of her neck. So I just kept looking at it this episode because I did notice it was fairly large. So that is something maybe she does need to go look at because you never know. Okay. That's when Emery, to me, like I said, should have did a lot more. And even at one point, ET was kind of like trying to hold her, right? And then DTB ends up getting Emery too, because of that, her trying to look like she's about to jump in, but she wasn't really doing much of anything. But I get Hurricane Emery's frustration though, because TT, you do not know pressure like that, and you are having her back as if you know her for years. But once again, Baddies has lost the plot, and you got to fight for storyline now. So can you really be mad at TT? Let's really talk about it. Can she really be mad at? Can we, as the audience, be really mad at TT when you got to fight for storyline? So it's sort of like you either fight for storyline or you're called boring because you're not doing anything. Because the plot has been lost. So what can we really like? What's really the problem here? Okay. So then DTB ends up socking Emery or whatever, and I ain't gonna lie, Fauna, you was right there. No shade. It's a free for all this at this point. You should have got DTV. I ain't gonna lie. I would have got her. DTV likes to sneak people just how we saw at the end of the episode when she did with Amber. I would have got her. You should have just got her just because of the plot. You know what I'm saying? Just get her for the plot. You might as well. They'll do it to you, girl. They'll spit in your face and all, girl. I would have just socked her just for the plot of it. Okay. So they instantly separate them, and TT is just over it. She like, give me my bonnet, child. Believe me, give me my bonnet. This is my favorite TT line. You pulling my hair, gang? You pulling my hair, gang? You pulling my hair, gang? Gang, you pulling my hair. Gang, you pulling my hair, gang? Okay, so she's just upset because they're pulling her hair, gang. So she's upset and she's standing there. And TT8, though, with your hips don't hurt. That was making the girls angry. That Ivory and that DTB was getting angrier and angrier every time she said that. I've never heard a baddie say that. So to me, it took so much power away from what they were doing from her because it was sort of like her saying, y'all not really affecting me. Like, y'all not doing nothing much or nothing. So you get my 10s, TT. You get my 10s, okay? You get my 10s, okay? Ivory like, get down, TT. Get down. You pulling my hair, gang. Get down. Now, Ivory, you was naughty. Not in bitch is that. Not it is that. Not it is that. Not it. Naughty. Not it is that. Not it is that. Not it is that. Not it. Naughty. Waiting. Y'all know Nakeesh not playing. You know we ain't the same. Now I know Nakeesh not playing. Naughty. Okay, shout out to Akasha. You was naughty a little bit. Irie. Okay, just saying. Now, I will say, I don't think TT like tore her or nothing crazy like that, but she did get in there. And I did see a little naughty, a little bit, okay? So Pressure's such a troll. She's like off of the bus trying to get Ivory from the back. She at one point like strip Ivory of her shirt, and then she tried to take her at one point by the leg. Pressure go fall on her back. She like, she done grabbed her sock. Now, TT ate with this ninja move, right? Because TT at this point is on the bus by herself. She did a major move, not minor, like you, Ivory. major. Okay, she ends up starting to like she did like a ninja kick and ended up trying to get DTB. Now Tavy, you knew that kick wasn't meant for you, so stop it. Okay, Sarat finds it her time to get her lit back with TT, and they end up getting into it. Right. By the way, Amber, where is Methuselah? You've been talking about Methuselah since Jocelyn's Cabaret. It must be next to Pimp Street where Ivory be at. Because we need to know where is Methuselah. Somebody in the comments let me know where is Methuselah. Because we've been going from here to Methuselah since Vegas. Okay, and we need to make a destination to Methuselah. Because at this point, Baddies Methuselah. We need Baddies Methuselah. Can we get Baddies Methuselah? Okay. So this is to me where Emery really should have had TT back. It would have made more sense for her to really have her back at this point, because at this point she really was being ganged up on. Like, I just felt bad for Emery, child. She just got tore by Neat. Sister girl didn't want none of them problems, okay? Sister was just trying to make sure that she came out without any more bruises or bleeding or any of that, okay? Poor Emery and poor TT, okay? So, this is where, you know, Sarai ends up jumping in. I think Sarai is the one that made TT bleed. I think she was the one that busted TT eyebrow, to be honest. Now they get off the bus and Pressure and Ivory end up fighting. By the way, where the police at? Can somebody start calling the police on the baddies? Maybe it'll put us into this fight camp, and then they'll get back to really getting to the bag. Because how y'all fighting in the middle of the street like that? Ain't no police. Like, that's why I feel like they never be coming to Florida. Because, girl, the way the police would have been caught in 2.5, I swear to God, they would have been outside before they arrived. Like, I'm telling you, they was fighting out there for like a good. It couldn't have been less than an hour, okay? Because that bus looked like it was out there for a minute, and they had to cut that scene down. So where the heck was the police at? Y'all find in the middle of the street, outside of hotels and some more ish. Like, girl, oh my God, I just couldn't believe that. I'm like, where the heck the police at? So Pressure ends up getting into it with Ivory, and we all know the outcome of that. Let's be real. Now I will say, when DTB got was squabbling Pressure when it was outside, Pressure got her. Pressure got you, DTB. So DTB gets on the bus, and immediately she start walking. She turned around, boom. Y'all know DTB is good for a back. She does a back turn sock. So she does like this. She does like that. Like, she do a back turn sock. So she boom, she back turn socked her, right? So she boom, she back turn socked her, and you know, Amber Stitch's bust again. Amber Stitches at this point are never gonna heal. Amber talking about, go get my helmet. Go get my helmet. Go get my helmet right now. Okay. DTB starts trolling. She putting the hat in her underwear. And we're like, ew, that nasty hat. You a nasty 304. Yo, mama head, and that hat gonna have chlamydia, all that stuff. What's up with all the STD talk this episode? I'm not here for it. Like, please. Tavy gonna talk about we headed to Vegas. Whatever happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas, except for, you know, having chlamydia and stuff, because that come back with you. Girl, that sound like you know that from experience. What you trying to say? Because don't be preaching it to us like, you know, it's just the normalcy of just be out here just catching stuff and just coming back with it like it's just a souvenir. Girl, stop it. Okay, Natalie is on me with Coquille and Fauna. Which, Fauna, I'm surprised you're not upset that Natalie has not been around. Oh my God. You get what I'm saying? Wow. This why they be talking about that Karika thing. Now, I know they set up scenes and certain girls have to film with certain girls, and like you can't say I need to film with such and such, but like the fact that Fauna and Coquille be filming together, it's like Karika, just find some new friends, girl. Like, they don't really mess with you like that. I feel bad for Karika. I really do. Which, by the way, can we stop making Karika look like she doing powder donuts? Because why every time she come late, y'all be like, oh my God, Karika, where you been, Karika? Right? What else he can? Karika. Like, why you come so late, Karika? Like, where you been? She always late. What she been doing? Like, it's always a little innuendo that she was like, she up to something. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doing something she not supposed to be doing or something like that. Like, I don't know. So apparently, y'all, Pressure and Emery and TT end up meeting. So then Pressure ends up socking because Natalie and Fauna and Co-Killer scene didn't really matter. They were just catching Natalie up, and then they end up telling Natalie what happened. Natalie said they sold out the party they were gonna have. Y'all know the good stuff. So apparently, Pressure is up socking Emery because she didn't have TT back, and her and Emery were going at it. Lex walked in the room like, "Oh my god!" Y'all know how Lex do, and she ended up seeing like them kind of getting into it. I guess she had to help break it up and all that. Emery basically feels, I mean, TT basically feels like Emery is not her friend. So she kind of is letting that friendship go, and she says she doesn't really care about it at this point because had that been her, she basically feels like it wouldn't have went that way at all, right? So then we see, them end up meeting outside of the scene because we didn't get to see the scene happen, sadly. But we see them outside of the scene talking about it. I do feel like Emery could have did more, but I get Emery's point. But I do feel like she could have did more. It's like she was looking like she was trying, like she was like moving in slow motion. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't like an effort. It was kind of like falling backwards. It was a little bit like that. That's you. You know what I'm saying? So Summer ends up meeting with Tommy. They end up meeting at the racetrack, not with horses, but with the cars. But the rate the baddies going, y'all should just put them on the track and give them a number. No shade. You know what I'm saying? Them bitches is animalistic themselves. You know what I'm saying? They could run a lap or two, get them some exercise. Y'all might as well put them on the lap. I mean, put them on the track. I wouldn't see nothing wrong with it, to be honest. Okay, so Tommy and Summer are talking, and they start talking about Trev and what Trev was doing. Trev ends up coming. Trev's like, "What's up? What's going on?" So Summer like, "Trev, the way you was acting was crazy. You was on the floor wilding like a baby." I said, "I wish we got that scene on camera because I can't imagine Trev being as big as she is, going on the floor waddling like a baby like that. Like I would really have to see that to understand that. I mean, to like believe it, because it just sounds so out of the ordinary that she would do something like that, like hop on the floor and just start wiggling. You feel me? Like Hammer Time or something like that. Like that to me sounds a little crazy, but I guess it happened. So the girls end up kind of forgiving each other. So Trev's like, it's never gonna happen again. Tommy said if it happens again, she not gonna be friends with them at all, right? So that was like kind of water under the bridge. At this point, Tommy needs all the numbers she can get because her and Summer at this point are outnumbered. So some of the cabaret girls and their baddies going wild girls end up coming. Emery comes. We see Amber come, Neat come, and they start sitting down, catching the girls up and what's happening. By the way, Amber was giving me Azalea Banks, okay? I know me and you. Hey, Mr. New York, you know, have no problem doing it what you want, girl. But I mean to you. And can give me one. Listen, I mean, out the bed, okay? It was given 212 man. About that 212 man, okay? They're gonna really start to say you trying to become her because she looks just like her. Tell me she look like her in that scene. With the bang, she looked just like Azalea Banks in that scene, like carbon copy. So here come Tommy. She like, oh, by the way, y'all, if y'all cool with Natalie, I'm not rocking with y'all. Y'all not rocking with me. Stay on that side. My whole thing is this, Tommy. How much times you gonna fall out with Natalie and not be cool with Natalie before you get to the point where this is she not even a coworker? That's a little bit of your boss. That's not your friend. So what are you talking about if you don't rock with her? Like these girls be giving Natalie too much like credit, not credit, but like power. Natalie. I look at DTV. She done got into it with Natalie about upteen times. She's still on the show. Like it's just like, girl, bye. Like to me, it's a little bit like it's not. It's never that deep. It's just never that deep to me. And I wonder what she did. She said she ended up finding out that Tommy said like she said that somebody told her that Tommy to her is nothing but money. But where's the lie in that? You're on the show making her money. I just don't get it. Child, Tommy and some of them had a ball because by the end of it, their hair was looking a mess by the end of the racetrack. Meanwhile, the other girls go dirt bike riding. And after the dirt bike riding, the girls all convene, of course, to have a baddie meeting outside. And they start talking about this pressure situation. Y'all, ET was like, oh, I heard that Emery set up pressure to fight. I mean, TT set up Emery to fight pressure and da. Right? ET said this. Lex like, no. What happened was pressure in the hit Emery because she didn't have her girl TT back. and she was defending she was defending Pressure and TT and all that. My whole thing is this: you could see ET's face. She was getting really irritated. She was getting really irritated with Lex. I said, oh. She was getting very annoyed with her. You could see it all in her face. She was just like, girl, shut the hell up. Why you interrupting me like this? So they end up FaceTiming Emery. Emery tells the story. So then Natalie ends up bringing up Lex situation. She like, Lex, what's up with you? What happened at the parlor or whatever? What happened at the hookah lounge? What happened at the hookah lounge, right? So that's when Lex was like, oh, I'll tell you what happened. Fauna said what she did. Fauna Mace, okay? Not Fauna May, Fauna Mace. Here come Lex. She drops the bomb, y'all. She like, hey, you wanted to eat my... yeah. A baddie. Yeah. Okay, her mouth start opening wider, girl. Do I believe it? Yes. Okay. I think Fauna got a little too comfortable. She thought her and Lex was bosom buddies, and she started telling all her secrets, girl. This why you can't trust none of these Zeus girlies. I learned that a long time ago. Y'all, let me tell y'all, don't ever trust nobody that's been on Zeus. Straight up. No offense to anybody that I know that I'm cool with, but I don't trust none of y'all. It's no shade. Not one of y'all. It's no shade. I would never, okay? Because one thing about a Zeus person, they gonna do anything for the clout, the fame, and the notoriety. Okay? Don't ever put nothing past them at all. Okay? I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Okay? So that ends up happening. And then next thing you know, we end up seeing Lex hawk Tua on Phantom. When I tell y'all, it was so thick. It was so thick. Fauna had to gather her bearings. You get what I'm saying? She didn't even react fast enough because the spit was still stuck. It was like slime, per se, from Nickelodeon. Bud White, okay? Now, Lex, you could kiss that Colgate sponsorship goodbye. Why would they want somebody sponsoring you like that? We all know the thing you're supposed to spit out is the mouthwash. You never spit out the paste. Girl, that's bad advertisement. Because of that, you'll never work for Colgate. So you could kiss that little ad goodbye. How dare you? Okay? You girlies blow me. Y'all want sponsorships from Colgate, and girl, you out here spitting. TMZ even reposted it. You really not gonna get that now, babe. Good luck with that. Okay? I just can't. I just really, really can't. Like, that blew me entirely when she did that, because I'm just like, first of all, that's disgusting. And then second of all, do I think it equates the mace? No. But am I mad for Lex doing it? No. And the reason why is because once you harm somebody with a chemical, you cannot get mad what they do afterwards. Let's say if Lex went blind or her eye was affected permanently. That could have been a problem. Fauna, to me, though, should have reacted a little quicker, especially after that second spit. Because she doesn't do it once, y'all. She hopped to it again. This time it was a puddle, okay? It was a petal of a spit, too, okay? She goes again. Fauna's like, ah! And then she get to try to throw rocks. She joking the security girl. You have also a career in football, Fauna, if you decide to stop doing this baddie stuff. She was joking the security. She joking them. Security not going though, okay? Lex out here running. Lex, though, I will say, why you running though? You're not scared of Fauna, so why you running? I get you scared of the rocks, okay? But security would have took that out her hand, girl, okay? And that was pretty much the episode. Let me know what y'all think down below about this video, and we're out, babies.